right, everybody. So, I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I am going to make this recording today to give you some direction on how to complete your document analysis for today and how to group your documents well so that you'll have some direction for writing your body paragraphs and thesis starting on Monday. I'd like to take a look at each of the documents here and summarize them out in about a word or two that can give me some kind of pattern between each or most of them. When I go to my DBQ planning page, I can see that I'm looking for two groups within these documents, number one and number two. I will elaborate and try and summarize the category of those documents, and then I'll show you how to write a good topic sentence for both of those. You can copy down all of my work here. It will not cover all of your document analysis. You'll still have to do the main idea, outside evidence, and HAP for each of them. But it should give us some good direction. So let's get started here. Back to document number one. We've discussed this one plenty. Suffrage, in this case, can be broadened out to encompass civil rights as a collective topic. In this case, it's the civil right of white male Americans to engage directly in the voting process without the need to own a certain value of property. Document number two here. As I skim through it, I can see from the source it is a manifesto, meaning it is a justification of beliefs for causes of war with Great Britain, 1812, published by the U.S. House of Representatives. I know that this is war causes just from the document alone. I can also, based on the side that is justifying this, based on it being from the Congress itself of the United States, Pride in Country is likely to be my next, likely to be my summarization of this document here. After the experience with the United States, yeah. And then the effect produced on this lawful commerce, one sentiment pervaded. No interests were regarded, no sordid motives felt, without looking to the parts which suffered most. So it's describing here that Americans were essentially insulted by the British leading up to the War of 1812, the impressment of their sailors, the cutoff fully of trade, the chaos of the Napoleonic Wars left the American Congress here identifying the American people as feeling disregarded by the British. Let's keep going. Document number three. Here we have President James Madison speaking to Congress after the War of 1812. Among the means of advancing the public interest, meaning among the various ways Congress can support the American people, the occasion is proper to recall the attention, meaning reminding Congress how important, the great importance of establishing roads and canals can be under our national authority. From this first sentence alone and from the rest of this here, I can pick up that Madison is advocating for the importance of internal improvements to the nation through the building of roads, canals, highways, ways to connect Americans more directly with each other. Down here, document number four, and this is where a lot of you got to yesterday, if not picked up from. This is the Constitution, meaning this is a legally binding government founding document of the Cherokee Nation, adopted by delegates of the Cherokee capital in Georgia, 1827. That is Jacksonian era politics. Let's see what we got here. We the people, already sounding like our own Constitution, in National Convention assembled in order to establish justice, tranquility, common welfare. This is modeled one-to-one off of our actual Constitution. Let's check out Article 1, Section 2. The lands of the Cherokee Nation shall remain common property, but the improvements made therein are the exclusive property of citizens who may rightfully be in possession of them, provided that the citizens of the nation shall possess no right or power to dispose of their improvements to the United States. Dispose here means give to the United States. This document establishes the sovereignty and civil/political independence of the Cherokee people. I think you can broaden that out as an example document for all Native Americans. Let's make that a plural there. All right, document number 5 from Mrs. Stewart, or Miss Stewart here, free African American woman, in a speech given to a Bostonian anti-slavery society. It's about, though, not slaves, it's about free African Americans. Now, we just need to determine here essentially what side of the discussion is she on. Is she advocating for the expansion of civil rights for free African Americans, or is she advocating for the continued disenfranchisement of those people? She starts off here by identifying a cry for liberty. Whites have for so long and so proudly proclaimed the theme of equal rights and privileges. As far as our merit deserves, we feel a common desire to rise above the condition of servants and drudges. She means the we that she is a part of here, free African Americans. So she's on the side of civil rights for African Americans, specifically free Black Americans. And you'll find more of that context within these 2 additional paragraphs here, how that oppression could end, in her words, how that oppression could come to an end here. Going down to number 6. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm immediately thinking of transcendentalism. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the American scholar, to Harvard, 1837. Another sign of our times, also marked by an analogous political movement, is the importance given to the single person. Right away, I'm thinking of that pull yourselves up by your bootstrap mentality we talked about with transcendentalism, and I can see as I skim the rest of this document here, the entire theme or summary of this is individualism. And document number 7, then. Here we have Reverend Samuel W. Fisher, Female Education, Godey's Lady Book, 1850. My initial concern is that this document is going to be ragging on women and purporting their disenfranchisement. We're seeing a man here discussing something in quotes, female education. Let's see if it follows through on that. There's been a long-standing dispute respecting the intellectual powers of the 2 sexes and the consequent style of education suitable to each, and as I skim through here, I'm finding this interesting part. Words, mother, sister, wife, daughter, all right, the duties they involve, the influences will hesitate to place her intellect. Who will it hesitate to place her intellect as high in the scale of power as that of the father, husband, and son? We shall find a capacity of education equal to that of men. That means this is a proponent of women's equality at the time. All right, and that brings me back down to document grouping.